Hi, I'm Guy DiMartino. I am a Northwest Indiana estate planning and probate lawyer. And today I'd like to talk about a recent research article that I read that had to do with cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease, and things that we can do on our own, which can potentially help at least cognitive decline at the beginning. But before we get started, if you ever have any questions about an estate planning or probate matter, you can always set up an appointment with me at indianaestatemeeting.com. We can chat on the phone, chat by video conference, or you can come into the office and we can discuss your concerns. So this whole cognitive decline thing is really starting to come to roost in my life. Number one, because I've been seeing a lot of folks coming in and wanting to manage their estate plans and look at potential issues that might happen should them or their family members have to go into a nursing home later on. And not only that, I'm on the north end of 55, approaching 60, and you start to have those senior moments occasionally that we likely call where we're trying to grab something that's still out there and we know it's in our mind, but we can't come up with the word and things along those lines. So there's a recent article that came out which actually tested different modalities that we may use in order to help slow down cognitive decline. But in order to put this potential problem into perspective, right now, there are about 47 million folks worldwide who suffer with some type of cognitive decline or dementia. And what the studies have shown that in the next 30 years, by the year 2050, it'll be 150 million folks. And is that because we're getting better at diagnosing dementia or cognitive decline? Or is it that people are living longer because of advances in medical knowledge throughout the world? And so we're going to be dealing with those issues because folks are just living longer. So what this study looked at is did some imaging within the brain regarding some areas that are known for memory and cognitive decline or deficit. And so it looked at one area of the brain called the hippocampus. And what it did was it put folks into certain studies. Now, I'm sure that you've probably seen stuff on TV regarding that the brain is neuroplastic, and there are some computer exercises and computer games that you could go ahead and use in order to help the brain stay strong. They call it like brain exercise. And in this study, that was called CCT, and that was a computer assisted exercises for the brain. And then it took that and it also looked at physical exercise of the resistance sort. So it wasn't just walking, it was resistance exercise at 80% of capacity. And the machines that they used in this study were the progressive resistance pneumatic, or the air machines, where there's a pneumatic and you hear the air going through it. But you could probably use any type of machinery in a health club or a gym or even free weights, as long as you are able to, or you have somebody watching you to make sure that you're doing it correctly. And so there were three folks or three type of cohorts in this study. There were the folks that just did the progressive resistance training. There were folks that did the progressive resistance training and the computer-based cognitive training, the CCT. And then there was a group that just did the CCT, doing the computer exercises that are supposed to help with neuroplasticity or help the brain. And so what this study showed, that there was a significant difference in the group that did progressive resistance training. So what that means for all of us who might be starting to get senior moments is we need to get out there, we need to exercise, and we need to do resistance exercise. Walking's great. Walking is good for the heart, but walking is not all that needs to be done. You need to do some resistance training, whether it's weightlifting, whether it's using machines, whether it's doing some type of yoga where you have some body weight resistance, or things along those lines. There's no substitute for physical resistance training when it even comes to your body, but more importantly, when it comes to your mind. The other thing that this study looked at was that you really have to catch it early on. So you don't want to get somebody who's at the end stage of dementia or in the Alzheimer's category, been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and start the program then. So when should you start it? Today. Start progressive resistance training today. It's going to help your body. It's going to help your mind. Again, if you have any questions about an elder law matter or an estate planning matter, you can always give me a call. I am Guy DiMartino. Have yourself a great day.